Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam. In this video, I'm going to be planting 2 Delta Moonlight Crape Myrtles and 2 Delta Fusion Crape Myrtles. Both of these are from the Southern Living Plant Collection. I covered the 7 Delta Series Crape Myrtles in another video. I'm planting 4 of them at my garden center today. They grow kind of tall and upright, and I want to be able to plant these here, but not block the view of my customers have going past my garden center. So they're going to be perfect out here by the road. They'll give me some color. Customers will be able to see them, so I'll be able to show them what they're going to look like in the future. And like I say, it won't block the view of my garden center. So these, as I said in the other video, these leaf out with burgundy foliage in the spring, and then they bloom in the summertime. They're long bloomed, disease resistant, zone 7 to 9. All of these are semi-dwarfs. They're going to get in the 8 to 12 foot range. So I've covered that pretty thoroughly if you want to see those other videos. The main reason I'm actually shooting this video is because this is the first video you're going to see me planting at this garden center. I've got huge projects planned for this place. And this is a sandbar up here behind me, behind these carts up by the road. This was a farm field. It was scraped off when this building and this parking lot were built and created these berms up here. And I learned a valuable lesson last year planting some Carissa hollies that this is just, like I say, it's pure sand up there. I almost killed something that's one of the toughest plants in the world. Carissa hollies are little broadleaf dwarf holly. Normally I'd put them in the ground, water them in, walk away. In my area I live in, we get enough rainfall. I would have never thought about them again. And I looked up there one day and they were half the leaves were missing off of them. They're recovered, they're beautiful up there. I'll show them to you in a minute, but valuable lesson learned. When I plant things up here, I'm gonna have to put things in the soil. You hear me talk about clay planting all the time at my house and trying to drain water away. Here I gotta do the opposite. I need some cow manure or some compost or some sort of peat-based thing or coconut core-based product that will hold some water in place. I've got some busted bags of compost here and some busted bags of cow manure. And so that's what I'm going to use because that's the kind of the cheapest thing that's available to me today. But I'm going to pull the soil, the sand out of the hole. I'm going to mix that at least 50% with that organic material and plant them back in there. I'm going to plant them a little more flush than I typically do. I'm going to raise them up a little bit because I don't ever want the mulch to end up burying the stems on these plants, but I won't raise them up as much as I do in my yard. And that's it. I'm going to show you after I get these things in the ground up there. It's very bright and sunny up here all the time. I don't shoot a lot of videos here because it's super, super noisy with the traffic going by typically, and it's the sun just beats down on this place, which is the plants love, but it makes video shooting sometimes a little difficult here. But I will show you after I get these in the ground. Okay, so these are the Carissa hollies I planted up here last year that I tried to kill. These crepe myrtles are going in at the end of these beds. There's a pink one here and a pink one at the other end of that one. The other white one is at the other end. I'm eventually going to connect these beds together. This is Bermuda grass up here. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with Bermuda grass that we have in the South, it runs everywhere. And I have to create some sort of a better edging than I currently have, which is nothing right here in the future. But I'm going to be connecting all these beds together. When I get that accomplished, I'll come up with some sort of I'll come up with some edging ideas that I'll show you to differentiate this turf from these beds up here. I used a 50-pound bag of compost with this sand that came out of this hole. The plant's in here sitting kind of flush. I need to break it up a little bit, but I wanted to show you. I had to use a pickaxe to get all the Bermuda grass out, and then the hole's easy to dig though. This is probably the easiest digging I ever get to do up here. Feels like I can dig to China pretty quickly, but I did, like I say, use a 50-pound bag of compost. Okay, so as you can tell, it is super, super sunny out here by the road at my garden center. This Delta Moonlight's in the ground. I've got 3 more pieces to put in, and I'll show you more videos of how this project comes along at the garden center over the next few weeks. But this beautiful burgundy foliage and these white flowers are going to be very, very showy up here. I've got it pine strawed. I'm going to be switching over to hardwood mulch eventually, and like I say, putting in a different type of edging. But thank you very much for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to see how it comes along.